What's up everyone? On today's video, we're going over the pros and cons of living in Belmar, New Jersey. We're going to cover a couple different topics like the location, cost of living, and a few others. But before we get started, if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central New Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you'll be the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this video started. The very first pro is going to be location. As you can see, Belmar is going to be located in the southeastern part of Monmouth County, and it borders a couple different towns like Wall, Spring Lake, Avon, just name a few. Like many of the other shore towns in the area, Belmar is going to be more on the smaller side. It comes in at about 1.6 square miles and has about 5,900 residents that live there year round. We'll get to it shortly, but living in Belmar allows you to commute to either New York City or Philadelphia. Now, the biggest attraction of them all is going to have to be that Belmar has its own beach and boardwalk. It's a large part of the economy in this town. People will get a rental for the weekend, for a week, or even for the entire summer. So it's a very big part of what goes on down there. If you're looking for daily passes to the beach, that's going to be $12. Kids 13 under getting free. If you want a seasonal pass for the whole summer, adults it's going to run you about $80, and senior 65 and older would be $32. Military members and their family get on for free, as do veterans. The second pro is going to be the commute to work. Now, when it comes to living in Belmar, you have a couple different roadways that come through. So you have Route 35 and 71 that'll run through Belmar. Right outside of there, you're going to have Route 18, 195, and then the Garden State Parkway. These are all these roads together will be able to get you from north to south, east to west very easily. When it comes to commuting to work, let's say it's New York City, you'll have three different options: driving yourself, taking the train, or taking the bus. If you're driving yourself, it's going to run you about an hour 45 to 2 hours. The easiest route, in my opinion, is just going to be taking Route 185 going west, and then taking the Garden State Parkway up going north. So again, about an hour 45 to 2 hours. It's going to depend on traffic, weather, and all those kind of things that day. The second option is going to be taking the train. There's a train station directly in Belmar, and that's going to run you about 2 hours. Some days might be an hour 55, maybe 2 hours 10 minutes another. So it all kind of just depends a little bit, but that's going to bring you right into Penn Station. The last option is going to be taking the bus, and this is actually going to be an Academy bus line, not New Jersey Transit, so it's just a little bit of a different company. And that's also going to take you about 2 hours or so. So roughly all about the same time frame. Maybe just kind of depends if you need your car or not, but if you don't need to, sometimes just commuting through public transportation is a little bit easier. Now, when it comes to Philadelphia, as I mentioned before, you really can't take the bus out over there. You're going to have to just drive yourself. So the easiest way would just be taking Route 195 going west, and until you hit the New Jersey Turnpike and take that south. So the New Jersey Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway are two major highways in here in New Jersey. They both run north to south, and they are going to be a major toll road. So once you get into New Philadelphia, it's going to be about hour 45, maybe an hour and a half on a good day. So all kind of depends, but again, New York City, Philadelphia, all about the same time frame. Pro number 3 is going to be dining and entertainment options available to you. Now, Belmar is going to rank up there with some of the best towns in Monmouth County in this category, like Asbury Park or Red Bank, and you almost have to go out of your way to get a bad meal over there. Some of my personal favorites are going to be along Main Street. You have Federici's Pizza and Italian restaurant. You're going to have Flames Brazilian Steakhouse. You go a little farther up near 6th Ave, you'll have Klein Seafood Restaurant. Highly recommend checking them out. And even over this past weekend, I was over at Dolce Vita. This is a great spot. It's an Italian restaurant. It's directly across from the beach, and it's going to have a nice, if you're sitting in the front of the restaurant, you can even enjoy like a sunset or sun view, and you'll have the beach overlooking the water. It's a beautiful area, and the food is also pretty great too. And on the entertainment side of things, Belmar does an excellent job providing its residents, but also its guests from every summer a good time out. So you're going to have the beach, obviously, that's what we've already mentioned, but they do different community events throughout the year too. The Seafood Festival is always a big one. They're right now during the summer. Every Friday night, they're doing live concerts outdoors from 6 to 9 p.m. near 9th Ave, so you can just grab some takeout from a restaurant, sit down, and just enjoy the night out. But it also has a pretty big nightlife. 3 of the staple bars in the area are going to be Bar A, which is also Bar Anticipation, Boathouse, and then DJs. Each one of them is going to have a different vibe and environment, so you're just going to have to test them out and see which one you like the most. Before we head on over to the cons, if you're enjoying the video, please smash the like button down below, helping get this out to as many people as possible. Our goal for the rest of 2024 and onward is just to help assist the people in buying and selling real estate in the Monmouth and Ocean County area. We get calls, texts, emails from people just like you all the time, so don't be shy. We'd love to help you with your real estate goals. But with that being said, let's get back to the content you came here for. Con number 1 is going to be the cost of living. Now, living in New Jersey, it's obviously going to be more expensive than a lot of other states in the country, and Belmar is no exception to this rule. When it comes to just housing alone, the median sales price in a home for Monmouth County is about $655,000 right now, and that's midway through 2024. Belmar is about 1.1 million, so it's not double, but it's pretty darn close to that number. It's not an easy place to live, or it really is strictly able to afford. And when you add in investors trying to get in here for their weekly or summer months, for the rentals, that's just going to drive prices up even higher. Also, on top of this, a lot of little things are a little bit more expensive in Belmar. So you're talking about like maybe if you're going to a convenience store, some extra food, or whatever the case might be. Being in a destination town, a lot of people and businesses know that you're not going to really go off-site for a lot of things. You're pretty much going to stay within those reigns, and they kind of got you. So a lot of like little things just might be a little bit annoying. They're going to be a little bit more expensive too. Con number 2 will be the seasonality of living in Belmar. This might work for some people, but not for others. That's why I kind of put it in the con section. During the peak months, this is going to be from Memorial Day to Labor Day, so basically most of the summer. That's when you'll have your greatest population going there, from the summer rentals, weekly rentals, and even just people coming for maybe a beach trip from up north or whatever the case might be. You'll see increased traffic, increased foot traffic, maybe longer lines at restaurants, or whatever it might be. So if you're not someone that likes big crowds, Belmar might not be the place for you. On the flip side of things, during the wintertime, it'll be a little bit more dead. Most of the businesses, though, in Belmar will be there year-round. They're not going to just disappear on you like some other beach towns. So there is still some nightlife to it and everything like that. But it'll go from being a very vibrant town during the summertime to whereas the winter it could be a little bit more on the deader side. So that's pretty much about it on that. So if you're like someone that doesn't like going back and forth and you want something a little bit more stable, Belmar might not be it for you. And on top of being in the peak months, sometimes you will get some noise complaints and it can be a little bit louder at certain times. People will use those summer rentals as more of a party house. But believe it or not, Belmar PD obviously knows this, so they do a great job. They'll issue citations on the homeowner, and it kind of cuts things down a little bit like that. So they do a pretty good job, in my opinion at least, of cutting that down. Con number 3 is going to be different weather habits in Belmar, but also just in New Jersey in general. We have all 4 seasons here, and some of them can be a little bit extreme. During the summer months, you can obviously have some extreme heat, but this is also going to be the best time to be in Belmar. But July and August can get pretty hot. I just spent a week there in Belmar myself, and we had basically 90-degree weather all throughout the day, muggy, humid. So kind of stayed indoors a little bit, obviously when we weren't at the beach, but it can get pretty hot there too. On the flip side of things, during the winter months, it can get pretty cold. We have sub-zero temperature sometimes, and don't forget when you're living near the water, you get a little bit colder of a breeze coming off there, so that's going to be added to it too. You have to worry about some flooding a little bit. You have a lower elevation when you're near the coastline, so you're gonna have to have a flood insurance policy on your house, especially if you're buying with a mortgage. And not every home insurance carrier has this, so you might have to be. It's going to be a separate policy from your regular homeowners. So that's kind of a couple different things that can go on in Belmar. Thankfully, we haven't had a really major storm in a long time, so we haven't had a hurricane in about 10 or 12 years. We haven't had to deal with that, but there's always the potential chance of that coming up the East Coast as well. So that's just kind of a few different weather habits that you have to look out for. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully getting a little bit more understanding on what it's like to live in Belmar, New Jersey. If you're looking to move to the area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is going to be down low in the comments and the description. Whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even a year out, it doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. And if you're looking to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out 2 videos popping up in. Hopefully that'll be a little bit too. Have a great day.